If the motor spins freely by hand but will not start, that points to an electrical issue rather than a mechanical one. Start by checking the motor capacitor, because a weak or failed start capacitor is the most common cause of a motor that turns freely but will not start. Discharge the capacitor safely, then use a capacitance meter to confirm the value is within the tolerance printed on the case. Replace if it is below that range. Verify that the motor is receiving the correct supply voltage by measuring at the motor terminals with a voltmeter, and confirm you have the expected 120 volt or 240 volt depending on the motor wiring. Do this with the circuit energized and take appropriate safety precautions. Inspect control inputs next, such as contactors, relays, and motor starters, to ensure they are supplying the start signal and are not welded or stuck open. Check for open overloads or thermal devices, which can route power away from the start winding. Reset or test them and replace if they are faulty. If the motor is a capacitor, start motor with a separate start winding. Verify continuity and insulation resistance to identify an open start winding or short to ground. 3 common mistakes are assuming the problem is mechanical and replacing bearings when the start system is at fault, relying on a visual check of the capacitor rather than measuring its capacitance, and not confirming proper control signals before replacing the motor. Avoid the first by verifying the motor turns freely by hand to separate mechanical issues from electrical ones. Avoid the second by testing the capacitor with the correct tool and replacing it when the measured value is out of tolerance, even if the case looks intact. Avoid the third by tracing control wiring and testing contactors and relays under load so you do not replace the motor unnecessarily. We run bighomeprojects.com to connect homeowners with local contractors and to provide practical how-to information on projects and repairs like motor troubleshooting. We also host a community discussion area where members share experiences, recommendations, and contractor referrals, so both homeowners and contractors can find each other and collaborate.